All right, so let's go over our legislative branch quiz. All right, different types of powers. Express powers are powers that are listed for the national government that are actually in the Constitution. For example, creating a post office is in the a national postal system is in the Constitution. Implied powers are powers that Congress needs to carry out their express powers, but they are not listed in the Constitution. For example, from time to time, Congress is needed to draft a military. That's not listed in the Constitution, but is a power they have. Reserve powers are powers that are saved for the states. These include marriage laws, hunting laws, driving laws. And then concurrent powers are powers that are shared by both the national and state governments. These include taxes and holding elections. All right, so Congress. Two houses in Congress. They are, of course, the House of Representatives and the Senate. The Senate has 100 members, and the House of Representatives has 435 members. Responsibilities of state governments versus federal governments. The state governments promoting public health, safety, and welfare, and the federal government foreign policy, regulating commerce, and providing for common defense. That would be the military. All right, let's talk about the how bills are passed. We'll talk about this more next week. This is important. Both at the state and the federal level, they're pretty much designed the same way. First, the bill has to be proposed in either the House or the Senate. It's then talked about in committees. Congressmen are part of different committees. There's smaller groups where they talk about different bills. It's then debated on the floor. It's then voted on. It has to be passed by both levels, by both houses. And then it's either signed or vetoed. At the state level, it's signed or vetoed by the governor. At the federal level, it's either signed or vetoed by the president. The General Assembly. How is it similar to the U.S. Congress? Well, obviously, they're both bicameral. They are at the state level. We have the House of Delegates and the Senate. And they're both, as I said, they're similar to both bicameral. They're both elected positions. All right, let's see. Legislative issues at the state level. All right, sorry. Looking at my notes. All right. No. Why are state laws written? They're written in response to problems or ideas brought up by citizens, or if someone at the state level feels, someone in the state government feels something needs to be changed, they can be written for that also. All right. So legislative issues at the state level. Probably the number one issue is education. They wanted an informed and engaged electorate. So they established minimum standards for local schools, SOL test. Public health, promote and protect the health of its citizens. Environment, protecting the environment. For example, improving the water quality of the Chesapeake Bay. State budget. The budget is written by the governor. It's approved by the legislature. The state budget for Virginia is written every 2 years. And so it's biennial budget. It's not annual, it's biennial. And then levying and collecting taxes. All right, let's talk about local government. Local government, the different units of government are county, towns, and cities. To oversee the operation of public schools, all Virginia counties have a school board. And town or counties may hire an executive to oversee the operations of the local government. The Virginia Constitution requires that voters in every locality elect a sheriff, a clerk of the circuit court, a commissioner of revenue, and a treasurer. Local governments they enforce, first off, any power a local government gets comes from the state government. But they enforce state and local laws, they promote public safety and health, they educate children, they protect the environment, they regulate land use, and they levy and collect taxes. Powers, as I just mentioned, relationship between the state and local government. All power of local governments are given to them by the General Assembly. Constitution of the Virginia and the General Assembly. States and counties and cities do not have the same power. Cities have charters, and their powers are listed in the city charter. In Virginia, we have, in Fairfax County, we have, for example, the town of Virginia, the town of Vienna, the town of Alexandria, the town of Falls Church. While they're in Fairfax County, they also have their own charters, their own laws, and those towns actually have mayors. All counties and cities are not given the same powers we just talked about. Laws adopted by towns and cities are called ordinances. The local legislative body, I'm sorry, I can't see the question. In independent cities and incorporated towns is an elected council, and county ordinances are passed by an elected board of supervisors. Okay, so that was very quick, sorry. As I'm sure, again, you have many, many questions that we'll talk about next week. Have a good weekend. Enjoy the 3-day weekend, and I will see you on Tuesday. I promise I'll be there on Tuesday. Bye.